One of these days, everything will actually work right, and I won't need to reload a million pages for after I start streaming for stuff to work. It is what it is. I'm actually just on the title screen. I dicked around for just long enough for my controller to turn off. Just long enough. So, last time, we did a fair amount. One of the things we did... Oh, I guess the Profaned capital is part of the Earthel dungeon. That explains some things. Hopefully it's less garbage than the Earthel dungeon. Oh yeah, I've not gotten a boss for regular Earthel. Or for the cathedral for that. No, we got the deacons. And we got the Abyss Watchers. Huh. We also haven't gotten a boss for the Undead Settlement. We had Bort for High Wall. Idex Gunder, the still the fucking high point, unfortunately. There was some stuff I wanted to check out in the catacombs. Basically, there were some spots where there were some drops I wanted to check out. Now, most of them should be easiest to get to from here. Obviously, if the bridge is still down, which it appears to not be. Basically, it's that path, which looks like it might not even require a drop. Tough to tell. Also the path we can get to by dropping the bridge. I have no idea how the fuck we did it unless it was... I mean, I was attacking skeletons over here. So, you know, could have been fucking anything. But one thing I did notice was that drop. Oh, apparently you can use this as a ladder. That was extremely not my expectations. Highly realistic ladder climbing. Now there's stuff further down, but I think this is still a lethal drop. I think the items down there are most... Hello there, Smelter Demon. Not Smelter Demon, Grey Demon, but on fire. Fight. Fuck it. Okay. Ah, that's where the soul of a demon comes from. Oh, that is nice. I've gotten the Blestus upgraded a couple times since last time I was fighting these fuckers. And yes, I am going to refer to the dumb weapon as the Blestus. Strikes me. I should probably... just be rocking it as the primary thing. The nice thing, of course, is that it seems to have a pretty reasonable rate for the Pontifex ring. I don't remember which one it is, left or right. So between it and the Evil Eye, and of course its own healing, it's not too bad. Check out both of those in a sec. As far as healing goes. But I mean, also I have like 3 sources of healing. Okay, so both are probably just pyromancy boosting. Getting worried for a sec. My little... Oh. Hello there, big enemy. The little preview I had for the dashboard. Wasn't updating. I'm actually tempted to, I see. Oh, it's a ballista. Well, what are our options for dealing with that? Okay. You know, we have 20,000 souls. I'll come back for this in a sec. I will say one thing that I am extremely happy about with Souls games, as opposed to Breath of the Wild, is that if you run out of stamina while running, you just go back to normal running speed instead of going back to like walking speed, which is the worst thing about Breath of the Wild. Now, I don't think that we have enough shards to do... Well, I mean, I guess shards aren't really the relevant thing anymore. I don't think we have enough chunks.
Just wasn't it?
Or, Twinkling Titanite, or... Oh, I guess it is... No, that's the broadsword. I'm not really doing much with the broadsword. The Twinkling Titanite we've not gotten in a while. Titanite Scale we've not gotten in a while. And Titanite Chunks. I honestly was kind of unaware we had gotten any.
Pretty be careful.
Atus... What? Oh, I guess I gave her the Grave Warden's ashes already. I had forgotten if I had or not. It's been a while since I checked out her inventory. Ah, neat. Given that these seem to mostly be useless for us, might not be a terrible idea to sell them. Or just use them, same difference really.
Ashen 1.
I think that should be close to three levels.
Very well. Then taken.
We shall see. Oh, a little bit more than 3 levels. Yeah, it'd be a decent chunk of increased damage. Now, since the Mirage Greatsword is really our primary weapon right now, I'm gonna go with bumping the stats for it. But as we are a quality build, I would not be surprised if we ended up capping out relatively low 30-30 or possibly 40-40. 40-40 is a lot of levels, though. I guess we'll see. No, I guess we didn't have a bonfire inside of Smouldering Lake yet. This particular thing feels very much like Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I thought we were protected. Now I am sneezing like hell here. Oh, lightning. That's not a good sign. Also, because of the audio levels, I might need to mess around with the audio on the capture card in just a sec. Now this seems like it's mostly a safe spot, and if it isn't, well, you know, I guess I'm just fucked. But it should be relatively fine since I'm just turning something back on. Also, hold on just a sec. Okay, so it is just positional audio. I got worried for a sec because I was looking at the thing and it was showing a very high left... Damn it. Left ear volume. But not so much for right ear. Ooh. Ooh, embered crabs. Oh. I don't think I sure as shit would not have noticed that one. Just barely. Chaos, I have to assume, is another tier of fire, probably the fire with scaling. Since it seems like this game tends to do both one upgrade of each type that removes scaling, and one upgrade of each type that does not. Oh, this fucker doesn't care about hit stun. So that dies when that enemy dies. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to actually have to worry about. Well, that sucked. So, lesson learned. That, those enemies have, I don't know, way more health than I anticipated. Where the fuck did I even fall down? Was it over there? Was it that pile of rocks? The only fucking pile of rocks I'm seeing. That's kind of impressive that I found that one. Huh. That's unfortunate that the game has set me up for failure here. On the other hand, maybe that's an indication that bosses are going to start no-selling attacks. Ah. I don't think we even had any souls. Oh. Well, if nothing else, it's useful to have a bonfire in the Smouldering Lake. Okay, what the fuck is that? Is that toxic? Like, that's the only thing I can assume it being. I wonder if, that just follows standard poison, you know, poison 2.0 rules. since poison isn't very dangerous. Okay, so they are backstabable. It's tough for me to get a real read on those enemies because they're the first things that we've encountered that, don't just get hit stunned to death. I mean, even larger enemies, even bosses. Haven't had answers to hit stun. So a regular ass enemy that actually seems to possess poise in the traditional sense. Well, that's not something I am acclimated to dealing with in this specific engine. Why the fuck, game? Why is your lock-on literally the worst of any of the fucking Souls games? Why is it broken by literally fucking anything? Oh, you got too close to the enemy. Your lock-on broke. See, like, there, at least, you know, it's hyper armor. It's poise. That's where poise works. In this game, surprised that didn't drop anything. That would explain it. Why is that one I guess it's just the texture. There are a couple spots here that are just especially shiny. Now, This doesn't feel like we're doing well, but we're only down 3 Estus because the, for whatever reason, you get reasonably frequent Estus refills. Oh, shit. Well, let's check out this way. So I thought that was one of the little walking around creatures, rather than a rat. Hey, rat. Round and round, eh? Yeah. I don't know why we didn't hit the one in back, but that does... Huh. I assumed that one was fucking with me. So that just seems like death. I'm gonna forget about the illusion we just opened if I don't go and check it out. So it provides some paths around. What? Oh. A pyromancy tome. And it provides a path down here. How much does that hurt? The answer to how much does that hurt is yes. Now I could get the sweat spell and that may or may not help. I guess it depends on how much basilisks. So it does seem like sometimes the Evil Eye Ring just does not give much health. Seems like sometimes it maybe gives less health, or I don't know. Looks like the drop down over here with the basilisk might be a little bit safer. Oh, with both basilisks. Oh, and there's an item. No idea if that's worth it. Shit. Oh, nice. Gales are one of those things I am looking for pretty regularly. Why the fuck is the corpse giving me a hang-up? So, lesson learned. The basilisk's corpse seemed to last a little bit longer as an interactable object than they really fucking should. Then again, if they weren't instant death, that wouldn't even be a big deal. Hello, Black Knight. So, the relative freedom of Estus, how many we have, how quick they are to use, how frequently we just regenerate one, has definitely made it so I've not really... Once we got up to 6 or so, 6 or 7, I don't really think about them too much as far as consumables, and the little bit of healing we have from other sources, the Lestus, the rings, definitely seems like it, oh, I was gonna say, how did I not turn to the left, but we've gone up a little bit. Dragon Rider bow, huh? Well, the game knows what I want, and what I want is apparently bows. Now God damn it. I was looking around for it because you could hear it, but it took me a little bit to see it, and that was a little bit too long. So, I suspect our ultimate goal in this area is turning the Arbalest off. Skeletons, including skeletons of the bone wheel type. Now, I don't know if bone wheel skeletons in this stand back up. I don't think I've ever killed them without punching them to death with the cestus. The answer appears to be no, though. On the other hand, there also just might not be necromancers constantly rezzing in here, so might not be relevant anyway. Oh shit, those hurt a hell of a lot more than the ones in the prior area. Oh, yeah, these fuckers. Come on, come at me. Come at me. So the roll had definitely started there, but that just really confirms that I have no idea when the fuck the iframes happened. Yeah, I don't need to deal with that one because I think this one over here is the only one I need to deal with. And I'm gonna try to avoid dealing with those. Oh yeah, I never went that way. Did I? No, I definitely at least came this way. This definitely seemed like there wasn't much... I mean, I can't see a reason. Because most of that is I can't see a path. So, there is at least one more of these. Looks like they might be on an upper route, possibly accessible via this staircase. Yeah, and here we have one of these spear guys. One of the nice things about them is they don't have any poise. So once I hit them once, we are good. Okay. So it looks like it's just the reason for coming up here is items. Possibly advancement as well, but the other route seemed, I don't know, maybe a little bit more applicable for advancement. Traditional. Where we were actually supposed to go. Huh. Okay. Ah, and this was right at the start of this lower room. Okay. There's almost certainly going to be... Oh, that's not a room, it's a path. Oh, fuck you, game. Neat. So, do you know why I kicked? Because I sure as shit don't know why I kicked. Let me hit the same buttons I was mashing while the grab was going on. Wait, did that fucker decide to attack now? No, it's just stomping back and forth. Now, this has my souls, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like there's a hell of a lot of reason to actually go after him. What the hell? Oh yeah, that was with the Black Knight. I hate that some enemies take giant steps back. Queuing, y'all. Queuing. The more I experience it, the more this is becoming my least favorite of the Souls games. Which is impressive, because design-wise, area-wise, it's definitely above 1. It's just mechanically, there are so many things that are trash. And A1 through A fucking Z is goddamn queuing. The fact that I'm getting fucked for something I did 5 fucking seconds ago, 15 seconds ago in the case of fucking grabs, is horseshit. Okay, looks like that one's not close enough to see me. That one's just pure ass bad luck with the locations of enemies. Also, I don't get why enemy locations are slightly randomized, but you know, it. Oh, hey, it actually worked this time. Didn't step back so far that 2 or 3 of those didn't hit. The Titanite shards are by and large useless at this point, so. It's a couple hundred souls, but it's. I keep forgetting that this does not, doesn't even give a shit about trying to hit things if you're not locked on. Neat. I was unaware that that attack hit so much harder than everything else that enemy has. I mean, I just been trying to avoid that one because it's a tedious as fuck fight, because the enemy has a bunch of goddamn health, and more health than the Abyss Watchers, for the record. Or at least it sure as shit seems like. It's certainly more dangerous than the Abyss Watchers. Also, it seems like 3/4 of the fucking enemies have goddamn hitboxes that extend outside of themselves, so that you can't roll past easily. Even though they themselves have attacks that are designed to get them past you and don't give a shit about if they have to slip past mysteriously. And the camera is just almost universally trash. Okay, one, what the fuck made it so that that attack didn't hit? Oh shit, that's toxic. Oh, and that also builds toxic. Good to know. God, that enemy has bullshit hitboxes. Just, oh, I know you're stunned, but... You know, why don't you, while you're stunned, go fuck yourself. Cool, so... the fire, clipping through... So, I think the answer there is jump. I mean, normally I'd say that's not the case, but... okay, it was not the case. So we are actually in a bit better of a situation than I anticipated being in. By virtue of having killed that enemy. We now should have a fairly free path back to where we were. I might be going backwards. I don't think so. Excuse me. Now, I don't think we have anything down that way unless we missed a... well, we might have missed the way to get to that item. I was curious because it was lighting up in an odd way. Now, that's actually not normally a... well, in this game anyway, it's not been a good indication of a hidden wall. Because with the hidden walls so far that I have seen, they light up differently from things around them, but not in an odd way, not differently from like what you would expect based off what is present. So with the back one down, that leads us to the question of how do we get over there? That should kill all of those, unless there's one more I didn't notice. Oh, there is one more I'd forgotten about. I'd also forgotten that those things can shoot as soon as they come out. Yeah, dude, I'm waiting for you to actually come over here and fight me. Not stand back there where your balls of fire. Why the fuck? Fuck you, game. So here I'm mostly just curious if there are hidden walls behind any of these. How the fuck did I miss that? I don't know how useful that is. Ah. Yeah, sure, I'm glad my sword can pass, you know, through an enemy without harming it. Lord knows I wouldn't want to harm any enemies. Gee, it's like I can see the whole reason why I learned to fight without fucking lock-on in Dark Souls 2. Because that game also, and now it's showing some level of our auto-targeting, which it doesn't seem to do 90% of the time. Nearly causing me to miss the hit that I'd lined up on both of them. I know 3 is supposed to be the best one, so... Ah. It is weird to me, still, just how much more sensitive the kick is than it was in prior games. So I don't want to fuck around too much. There's one that is unaccounted for. Excellent. That definitely will not cause things to go horribly, horribly wrong. I mean, hell, the fact that we're down to one Estus is far more likely to cause things to go horribly wrong than the basilisk that seems to have disappeared. Oh, I was thinking that this one was going to be like the other one. That doesn't feel like a makeable fall. Damn. So, the speed of the weapon seems to really be no different 90% of the time. In fact, the Marat sword seems to be a little bit faster than the other one on first hit. Cool. I love that enemies don't bounce. My favorite feature of Dark Souls. Okay, yeah, when there are two there, that builds up really quickly. I think, or I guess I should say I suspect, what it is the first one is dealing with your resistance, and the second one not. I do appreciate that, much like the Irithyll dungeon, they have made a arena here with enemies, none of which are worth fighting. Because none of the drops are worth a fuck. None of the amounts of souls are worth a fuck. All of them hit way too hard for it to ever be fucking worth it. And enough of them don't give a shit about, you know, being poise broken, or have poise in a game that otherwise seems to be utter lacking it in... I think those fucks and the Black Knights, maybe some of the big knights with shields, maybe Iodex Gundar had it? I don't fucking remember because it's been, you know, 20 fucking hours since then. I know I don't have poise. I know that the 16 or whatever the fuck it is I have now doesn't seem to be any fucking different than the 20 I had before. Aside from sometimes when I'm attacking it doesn't break. But it doesn't seem to be any different than before. Okay, fine. Fuck you, game. Like, I get that the clouds are designed to try to make it so that you don't want to fight basilisks. And they flood areas that they don't want you to fight. Fill an area with, you know, enemies they don't want you to fight. But also they make that enemy hyper-aggressive. Oh, that camera work. Also, I get that, you know, they don't want you to have absolute patterns for enemies. which is why sometimes enemies just do 5-hit patterns. And sometimes enemies recover quicker, because fuck you. I think my favorite thing about this is that the sword disappears rather than going into the sheath. So I don't remember what the fuck killed me last time we were here, because it's been ages. Skeletons of some kind, almost assuredly. Oh yeah, it was, one of the weird fucking types. The rogue one. With an attack that didn't give a shit about me dodging. Okay. Thankfully, the skeletons don't have poise. Actually... I think the Marat is going to work a little bit better here. For reasons of poise, if nothing else. Ah. Yeah, it could be. So I guess the question is how do we break this? And can we break this without dying? Oh, it's just... Are you fucking serious? Is that it? I was expecting it to be like, you know, you get up here and there's some enemy firing it. Of course not. Of course it's fully automated in a way that doesn't make any sense. This appears to be the path back. I don't know. I definitely feel like I... Damn it. That was very close. And that's a Black Knight of some kind. Looks like that's the only thing in here. Oh. Oh. I guess we found Horus. One with a whole bunch of shards, which leads me to think that, well, I guess, yeah, actually that does make sense that there would be, I wonder what that's all about. Oh, actually, yeah, thinking about it, if we'd told Henri about it, that, there would probably be something here. Well, something for next time I play. What is that? I will say it's pretty nice being able to move around without worrying about the herbalist? Ballista? I don't fucking know what the fuck to call it. The triple crossbow of fucking giants. Now, the only one we'd seen was the one down that hole, so... I guess there's not anything here. This is probably just to get you over here without needing to slog through the water. No, okay, worm buddy. I wonder if this is a one-time encounter, because... Like, I kinda hope so, just because... Tedious? Oh, neat. Another bone shard. I still haven't used the last one. Yield of Want, huh? Oh! Oh, that is a fog wall. I was actually even looking for one of those when we stepped in. Okay, so the Shield of Want is a relatively light, but better stability than the Crest shields. Actually, better stability than the Stone Parma while being lighter. Well, if this goes poorly... Demon ahead. I mean, it's... What the fuck, game? So that went better than I was really kind of expecting. Especially after the game teleported me for entirely mysterious reasons. Something here is making noise occasionally. I think it's that pile, but also I think it says something that even with the weird as fuck teleport, that is the best boss I have fought in a while. Just having enough health makes a huge difference. Having things that make me need to move, having... I went the wrong way.
Aha, that so.
Just, there were a lot of things where I couldn't just sit there. Oh yeah, this thing, which... At least the image seems kind of neat looking. Why does this... Oh, because it's fire. And these have int and faith requirements because they also do fire damage. I mean, this thing seems like it could be pretty neat because or faith builds, I should say. But I don't know how good it actually is. Yeah, we're in kind of a weird spot where I'm actually just tempted to, I'd made the connection to Irithyll, but I hadn't realized that subsequent.
Now, do not be away.
None of the other NPCs are here right now. Well, it's been a while since I've talked to any of them.
I'd honorable lord.
Okay, so she still doesn't have anything new.
Our lord, and knowest thou of a youth named He? A fellow of mine guides him at this moment. For what?
Oh, was I not supposed to kill Horus? I mean, he seemed like he'd gone hollow.
Just what?
Now, the Black Knight's sword actually seems pretty decent. But admittedly, what I am comparing it to is a straight sword rather than a great sword. And, seems like its base stats are good, but its scaling isn't fantastic.
Pretty be careful. I don't want it.
There I am. What have we here? A pyromancy tome from Izalith. Then you found the home of pyromancy. Brilliant! I will never curse being old and undead again. Now, show it here, quickly. Let us channel them together. The primal pyromancy is known only to old Master Salaman. What have we here? By the gods, this inscription reads, Quelana, the ancient deity, one of the witches of Izalith. The last of them who wandered the lands. Then she must have returned to Izalith after all. But I regret to say, I cannot accept this. Quelana's pyromancies are for witches and must be learned from a mistress. But thank you for allowing me to peer upon such a thing. If only I were a woman. Huh.
Okay. Whatever. Is... Oh no, it's Great Chaos Fire Orb is the major thing that we got from that. I should probably purchase Flash Sweat just so I fucking have it in case of,
Do not be gone for long.
I decide I want to, I don't have anything for Rena. Yeah, I'm real tempted just to use these because I don't care for the items. I appreciate that it asks, since there is a additional purpose of them. Yeah, these are just worth the same amount as selling them. Huh. Given that the demon is worth 20k, I was not expecting the demon king to be 10.
Welcome, hope speak. Very well, then top taken.
So I'll probably end up like 8k short of whatever final level I go for. 11k, okay. Well, Dex is still actually providing a decent increase to both, so...
Farewell, Ashen One.
I'll need to sell some other shit. Oh no, I'll need to sell 2 embers that I've... possibly more.
Ashen One.
I wasn't paying attention to what the final digits were.
Welcome, husband. Very well, then taken.
Yeah, that's still providing a good bonus to the morale, so...
Ashen One.
And that's the weapon I really care about right now. It seems like we're done with... Well, I guess this area had 2 bosses. One of which, of course, being... a side boss. We still haven't found a boss in... well, either Irithel. I'm gonna be right back. I appear to have run out of water. One negative with the way I have my stuff set... Oh, yeah, I still need to do the Ariandel sometime. With the way I have my stuff set up is that it's very easy for me to accidentally double-click unmute, or for that matter, mute, and have the opposite of what I had intended happen. Ah. So... I was worried for a sec that there was not a way back to, where we had come from. I don't know if that's survivable. It really doesn't matter. Aside from the whole we're embered thing, but... Well, I'd meant to roll, but... Oh yeah, and we need to burn those shards. Okay, no, that's... I think something for coming from one of the other directions. Fucked if I know. Might be that it requires a jump. dropping down to that. Oh yeah, I was going to travel and burn that shit. Increase our assist healing by the smallest of amounts. Hey, it's some other asshole also wearing the Fallen Knight set. Well, like I said, there were some items I wanted to see with regard to shit over here. Now, I'm not expecting to stay embered for very long. Oh, hey, I'd not noticed that it provides a Cestus on each hip. But only if you don't have it equipped that way. Yeah, I guess there's only this item. So... And besides, I want to figure out if there's a good way not real sure that qualifies as a good way to fight those. Since it was just face tanking. But I suppose it is what it is. Now, I do wish that I had figured out where that one comes from. Obviously, I wasn't looking too much when I was originally crossing it. And I wasn't looking back while moving, so I don't really know. No, so that's just letting you know that there's not really a path there. Which is rude. Even for something right next to a... Oh fuck, it comes from the fire itself. Well, I didn't expect it to last long, I just didn't think that it would be the first fucking enemy on that side. And since I'm curious still. Okay. Good job modeling, Dark Souls 3 team. That's a lot of crap. Oh, these are fairly tall. And so that's another one of the gargoyle things. This time with a flaming weapon. Huh. Not used to, that both preventing rolling and, not providing iframes. Oh, I want to grab something. A handmaid's dagger. Love how the proper way to do that is to actually roll past them so that they initiate their slow ass fucking turn instead of, you know, fighting them traditionally. So I suspect that's just a one-time deal. And that we will have to come down here and kill them every time we want to do anything with the fire. And I don't even know that the fire is actually not dangerous anymore. I'm just kind of hoping and assuming. So I don't know about that one, but that one definitely is going to come to life. My assumption for that is based off the... Oh no, both of them have it, and both of them are caused by the torch underneath. Genuinely surprised we didn't get either enemy jumping down on us. Yeah, the only thing that we're hearing is that one stomping about. Okay, so there's a boss right there. Now, do we want to take on more handmaids first? Ah, and a gargoyle. I think, given our recent history with bosses... Oh, hey, it's one of the, one of the heirs of fire. So neither one of those weapons worked very well. Huh. Genuinely surprised by that. Unless we're just too far away to see the handmaids there. Yeah. That was what it was. Wait, that was actually a one-time enemy? No, it wasn't. Yeah, I was thinking maybe if he gets frostbitten, that might help, but didn't seem to actually work. It might just be that he's strong against slashing damage. Wouldn't surprise me if that were the case. Certainly would be the first one we've encountered like that, but those enemies are worth a lot of XP, a lot of souls. Really, everything here is worth a lot of souls. I mean, that 15,000 or whatever that's in there is not much, all things considered. Neat. I wonder how that is. Probably sucks, but yeah, we need more faith for it anyway. The hero is mostly curious as to what the hell was over here. Now I expect. Yeah. I was only expecting one mimic, but yeah, those Well, no, the chain on the right one doesn't look like it's a mimic. I'm incorrect, but... Man, you know what my favorite thing in Dark Souls is? The queuing that was definitely there in 1 and 2. Oh wait, bitching. Bitching is my favorite thing. Followed by the queuing. Especially since, okay, during that drop down, I hit triangle to get me off of holding this with both hands. Guess what button didn't get queued? If you guess triangle, you win the award for I have no idea why the fuck the queuing happens. Do I even want to bother with those handmaids? I mean, they're not dangerous. I mean, that's actually being a bit disingenuous. They are dangerous, just not, like, at the same level as a whole bunch of handmaids that aren't. I apparently rolled exactly following that thing's direction, since it has... Oh, it does have a little bit of homing. At that distance, it may have actually done a little bit of work as far as homing goes. That's more aggressive homing than I thought it was. So what we want to do is avoid that, because there's no surviving it for us, and it's exceedingly tedious to get back. So lesson learned: if I hit twice, there's no escape. The second the roll frames open up is not actually a roll. you can see my roll start and then get interrupted. So I still don't know when the fuck the iframes are. I think the iframes are when the head dips. So note how the head does not dip until you have covered about half the distance. So I think that's when the iframes are. Neat that that has a little bit of tracking too. Okay, actually, yeah, seeing where that didn't work. Yeah, the head... It's when the head dips. Fuck, that's a terrible fucking roll. But since I'm not giving a shit about Yorm the Giant, since I don't have a good way to damage him, and the way I'm most likely to die to the mimic anyway is, well, is via instant death. Okay, so a great shield, which is not useful for us. And we have one Estus, which basically means we can take 2 hits. So of course this one we don't take any hits. And it wasn't worth it anyway.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then take up.
Now we have access to Yorm the Giant, but I really have no idea what the hell weapon I would want to use against him.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Might have an Estus shard? I don't remember if I turned it the one I got in to Andre.
Ah, 'tis good what needs. Prithee, be careful.
Let me check and see if I have a hammer I can actually use. I don't believe I do. I think everything that I... And it's also possible that Yorm is just very resistant to physical, and I'd be best off with something that did other types of damage. It appears I'm mostly stuck on great hammers. I could go back to the age-old strat of the broadsword and enchanting it. I would want to have the... I'd probably just swap in front of the door, really.
Ah, 'tis what...
I don't know if that actually helps with the enchantment.
Prithee, be careful.
I really should have, you know, done any sort of checking on that, but... It is what it is. So now we'll see if the broadsword enchanted, well not enchanted, with magic weapon cast on it, does sufficient damage to Yorm. Because right now the 70 damage hits I am extremely good at running into that. Huh. I had been under the impression that if you were running it just didn't hit you. Actually, due to the way this works, I don't even need to set up in front of the door. I can just set up here. Because I can just run to the door from here. Well, it's about the same, which I ain't gonna lie, I ain't promising. Oh. So, something tells me, and that something being that we just picked up Storm Ruler, that, oops. I, apparently unequipped it immediately. Oh. Doesn't seem to be doing any additional damage. I'll check it out. Might be a case of I need to hit with it a whole bunch. Okay, so it's not that you can go back through the fog door. I'm curious if it's something related to the throne itself. Or it might be that the Storm Ruler needs upgraded, or I don't know. Might be something that is said in the description of the Storm Ruler. Well, we do get to keep it. Well, it does say it's supposed to be strong against giants. On the other hand, maybe Yorm just has 1,000,000 health.
Just what neat.
Maybe he has the health that I'm mostly just checking to see what it uses. Scales. Scales are not something I am exactly fond of dropping into that, but... maybe we'll get a better source of scales after this.
Prithee, be careful.
Oops, I meant to use selected. Although I think just one is fine.
Ah, 'tis wasn't it?
So those are now mostly on equal footing. This obviously has less scaling, but...
Prithee, be careful.
oh, okay. You need to sit there and wait for it to... okay, lesson learned. I don't know that I would have thought of that during the fight. I mean, obviously, demonstrably, I wouldn't have thought of that during the fight. Given that I didn't think of it during the fight. But part of that's also just... I couldn't hear the whooshing noise, which is what gave me the idea to even give that a shot. Oops. It would help if I didn't run right past the boss door. Okay, yeah. Damn. Okay, so now at least I know how to fight Yorm. And also I now know that if I hold Alt2 and dodge, the storm still accumulates. Both of which are good to know. I was a little bit worried we were going to have to tink him down 70 to 80 damage at a time. I am the best at running into that fireball. Now, I don't think doing it here is really meaningful, but I'm also not all that sure that upgrading it changed anything. I mean, I upgraded it mostly because I noticed it wasn't doing any damage. Or rather, I shouldn't say that. I noticed it was doing damage. But I also noticed that, damn. That one should have been a victory, but... God, I hate the camera for that. And I shouldn't even say for that. The camera... the camera... Okay, no. Apparently... For a lot of things, a lot of the time, the camera is just not very good. I don't know what determination it makes, or why some of the time it is perfectly willing to let you not see your character, not see anything near you, and why some of the time it decides, oh, nope, we need to step in front of that. I think this is the most tries I've needed on a boss since first Tree of Great... Well, I shouldn't even say that. Huh. Apparently it had not gotten to accumulation during that. There we go. That should work a lot better now that it's focusing on his crotch rather than his fucking head. Well, so much of that. Why the fuck did that... No, I'm not even gonna ask. I do appreciate that Storm Ruler has been used in 2 gimmick fights and both of them are trash. Almost like gimmick fights are trash. Messengers of the Lord, yeah. Well, at least I'm done with this area. It doesn't feel like it. Well, I guess, yeah, with the dungeon, given that I didn't find 90% of the paths I can see from that campfire. It's kind of tough for me to sit there and go, oh yeah, I definitely finished that area. Since it's, well, I mean, it's much more visibly obvious that, hey, no, I fucking didn't. And it places his head up there. Just as with that, it placed a whole bunch of their helmets. Even though the fight was one-on-one. Well, okay, it started as 2-on-2, and then became 1-on-1. But everything had so little health, it was just... I didn't understand it.
Aha, thou returned, and so.
So, can get that machete. Don't have near enough strength for it. Can get a great shield. Don't have near enough strength for it.
Now.
Okay, that's actually reasonably quick. How is that compared to Murrah? I think it's almost identical. I think I prefer the... Even though I don't tend to use the thrust very well, I think I prefer it. And of course, it lets me have the dumb... not that I've used it in a while, but it lets me have the straight sword equipped as a backup in case fighting things that seem to be weak to frostbite. Which, back when I was actually using it against anything, did seem to be most things, but the better hit stun has been... Where the fuck do I even go? Would it be Irithyll? I mean, I've definitely not completed it, but it might be that it's something from the dungeon. Fuck, I don't know.
Welcome home, speak. Very then take. Let these souls return from the dust.
Oh yeah, secondary advantage of continuing to use this. I'm getting... Actually, I guess at that break point, the two are equivalent. Meaning most likely that'll bump the next point of dexterity to be better. And it's better for the other handful of weapons I occasionally use. I think Irithyll is the place we need to go, though. Well, actually, let's check here to make sure that nothing that I just didn't see is present. Because I really should not sit there and go, oh yeah, this is definitely completed, when there is the distinct possibility of things having been unlocked by killing the boss. But usually that's through the boss chamber, and I'm not seeing anything. I think it's going to be either the church or the manor. I think the manor was a relatively short distance from that to the dungeon. Yeah, I think this led almost directly to the dungeon, if I remember correctly. It might be... Oh, actually, one spot I had forgotten about since I followed it and got to the Smouldering Lake. There are additional things I wanted to check out from that Volner bonfire. I don't know that I ever ran along the entirety of this. I probably did. Probably nothing. Yeah. I discovered the Smouldering Lake, but there were also some drop downs, that spots where I wanted to drop down and check it out, that I had forgotten about. Ugh. I think that's toxic. I've not actually gotten afflicted by that one. Oh, I thought that was dealing a lot more damage than it was. One of those issues of you get used to how much damage enemies do in your current area, and then you go back a few areas, and everything suddenly is dealing, I don't know, half as much as that? It's, a weird feeling. Then again, these enemies weren't especially dangerous when this area was relevant, so... Oh, ashes. Soup. But I'm at full health, so... I definitely used some of the soups in the swamp. At less than, or at full health, but... Man, all sorts of sexist fucking, comments. Good to know this Souls community hasn't changed. Ah. Orchard Gwendolyn. Or... Guinevere. I don't fucking remember. No, this one's a white knight, and has a buddy. I didn't actually see where said buddy was. I don't know if those are if that's grass or spikes. Ah. So that's the thing they use to try to prevent you from breaking pots here. We used acid on occasion. This one's using frost barrels. Effectively same deal. Although the acid was much, much worse. Given that it was instant and did way too much goddamn damage. Good gear. Probably should have been using the sweeping attacks. I sometimes forget that I can change that up. Ah, two of them again. Reason for bringing up the sweeping attacks is actually basically exactly what happened there. Quick enemies sometimes move out of your, Huh. Or move through your area of attack. Is this? Huh. Like, this is definitely new. Fuck. I don't know why I had so much trouble there. But upside, I did find a new place, a boss fog door. Huh, okay. So, if 4 of those attack you at once, that's not good. I mean, that's true for a lot of things. That's just the way it is. Most of the enemies tend to be able to stun lock you to death if there's more than... Well, for some of them it's more than one. So yeah, given that the low ceiling here is actually something you bounce off of, holding this particular sword with both hands is not a good idea. no, that Silver Knight's a one-time encounter. Wonder if his buddy the archer is as well. Obviously we would need to kill the archer for that to change anything, but... And I'm not sure we really have a good way to fight the archer as is anyway. I really wish that for some of the lighter enemies they didn't get knocked back as if they had dodge rolled out when they get hit. I'm always curious about signs that are present. Oh, I went a different direction here. This is still new, but it's not where my souls are. No, what's down the ladder? An item. Not really. A good item. So that fog door that we saw but obviously did not get very near, there's a handful of possibilities that would work for it. Names we've come across in descriptions, similar things. Oh, interesting. Let you just roll off if you so inclined. Now, I'm actually really tempted and I'm not gonna lie, seeing all this is really just increase that inclination to not fight anything here. 3 enemies? Sure. 4 enemies? No. But that does beg the question of how do we get up? And I'm not sure that it's a question with a good answer. Not least of which... Okay. Those, particular enemies break, or, cause more hit stun than their counterparts. I don't know why the curved sword causes more hit stun than the great sword type, but... it's interesting. I wonder if these can climb stairs. If they can climb stairs, I wonder if they can keep on after us. You know, it looks like the answer's no. Still really don't know where the iframes are. Like, subjectively, I seemed to have it figured out. And it seemed to be after the head dips. But that doesn't seem to apply to everything. And non-universal iframes don't seem likely. So I probably just haven't gotten the actual spot down yet. Okay. Well, these enemies aren't exactly fun, but they are what I am going to be leaving for next time, which is probably going to be Monday. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I will be back with more this Monday. Hopefully we get non-gimmick bosses with decent HP. God, that seems like... Even that seems like just a fucking curse statement. I don't know why the bosses have just been so... bad. Like, they're not great in the first place, but they'd have a shot at being great if they could survive, like, 3 or 4 combos without being dead at that point. But, like, Volner was, you know, okay, yeah, cool, this seems like it has potential. And then it was like a combo and a half broke the right bracelet, and then, you know, a combo and a half broke the left bracelets, and then an additional combo broke the final bracelet, and then he was dead. And so it was like 4 or 5 combos. The Abyss Watchers, it's while I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then it was, okay, spam R1, and he's dead. And, oh, the Demon King was fine. Demon King was good. Demon King had health. The only fucking difference so far. Oh, and the Demon King penalized, or, you know, tried to punish you for being close. One of the reasons why it's like, okay, so three best fights so far, it's, well, you got your Demon King, your Tree, and your Gunder. And everything else has horrible issues with not having health.